Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Japanese class. Today is class number 2 and we're going to talk about personal pronoun and demonstrative. So, content of class. First, I'm going to talk about personal pronoun by using examples and explaining how you have to use them depending on the situation. And as second point, I am going to talk about demonstrative pronoun with explanations and examples. So, personal pronoun, I am going to talk about I, we, you, he, she, it, they in Japanese. So, the first one would be I. I in Japanese is watashi. Watashi. As you can see from this chart, I is divided into 4 sections: subject, object, adjective, and possessive. So let's look at the subject first. Subject would be I, and if you would say that in Japanese, it'll be watashi wa. Watashi wa. As you can see, all you got to do is add the wa to watashi. Okay, next one, we're going to talk about my, which is object. And my in Japanese is watashi no. Watashi no. So, similar as the watashi wa, all you have to do is just add the no. And the third one would be adjective, which is me. Me in Japanese is watashi wo. Watashi wo. So you had to add the wo. The last one would be possessive, which is mine. Mine in Japanese is watashi no mono. Watashi no mono. This one is a little longer compared to other 3, but all you have to do is add the no mono. No mono. Okay. Let's move on to the examples and see how we use this in sentences. Okay, the first example is for the subject sentence. In English, it says, I am a student. As we go back into this chart, I in Japanese was watashi wa. So, as a sentence, it'll be watashi wa gakusei desu. Watashi wa gakusei desu. Gakusei means student. Next example would be for an object sentence. My pencil. My was watashi no. So the sentence will be watashi no enpitsu desu. Watashi no enpitsu desu. Enpitsu means pencil. The third example would be for adjective sentence. The sentence is remember me. Me in Japanese was watashi wo. So it'll be 私を覚えてください。私を覚えてください。覚えて means remember. The last example is for possessive. Possessive sentence, excuse me. The example is this is mine. Mine in Japanese was 私のもの. So the sentence would be これは私のものです。これは私のものです。これは means this, and this word is one of the important term to remember. So if you had a chance, please remember this means これは in Japanese. Okay, after we talked about I, let's talk about we. We in Japanese is 私たち。私たち。Same as the I divided this into 4 different sections: subject, object, adjective, and possessive. And as you can see from the chart, all you have to do in 私たち is just to change the last bit は、の、を、のもの, which is the exact same method that you learned in I section. So let's go over from subject. So we would be 私たちは、私たちは。Our would be 私たちの、私たちの。Us would be 私たちを、私たちを。Ours would be 私たちのもの、私たちのもの。Let's use them in examples. So the example of subject sentence is we are student. We in Japanese was 私たちは. So the sentence will be 私たちは学生です。私たちは学生です。The next example would be for object sentence, which is our home. Our was 私たちの. So the sentence would be 私たちの家です。私たちの家です。The third example is for adjective sentence, which is remember us. Us in Japanese was 私たちを. So the sentence will be 私たちを覚えてください。私たちを覚えてください。The last example would be for possessive sentence. This is ours. Ours in Japanese was 私たちのもの. So the sentence would be これは私たちのものです。これは私たちのものです。Okay, so the next one would be he, and he in Japanese is 彼. 彼. And same as the previous two, I and we, all you have to do is change the last bit of the term, which is は、の、を、のもの. So if it's subject, you change it to は. If it's object, you change it to の. If it's adjective, you change it to を. If it's possessive, change it to のもの. So, he would be 彼は。彼は。His would be 彼の。彼の。Him would be 彼を。彼を。His would be 彼のもの。彼のもの. Let's look at the examples. The first one is subject sentence. He is a student. He is 彼は. So it'll be 彼は学生です。彼は学生です。 The next one is the object sentence. His pencil. His means 彼の so it'll be 彼の鉛筆です。彼の鉛筆です。鉛筆 means pencil. oh, excuse me. The third example is for adjective sentence. The example would be I saw him, and in this case it uses him. So if you change that into Japanese, it'll be 彼を. So the example is gonna be like 私は彼を見ました。私は彼を見ました。見ました means saw. The last example is going to be the possessive sentence. This is his. His in Japanese is 彼のもの. So the example would be これは彼のものです。これは彼のものです。Similar as she, all you had to do is change the last bit, をのもの. And she in Japanese is 彼女. So if you would say she as in subject, you would say 彼女は. Her as in object, 彼女の. Her adjective as in adjective would be 彼女を. Hers as in possessive is 彼女のもの. The first sentence would be subject sentence. So the example says she is a student. She in Japanese is 彼女は. And if you would say she is a student in Japanese, it is going to be 彼女は学生です。彼女は学生です。The next one would be example for object sentence. And it says her pencil. Her in Japanese was 彼女の. So to say her pencil in Japanese, it will be 彼女の鉛筆です。彼女の鉛筆です。The third example is the sentence for adjective. I saw her. Her is 彼女を in Japanese. So the example is going to be 私は彼女を見ました。私は彼女を見ました。The last one is the example for possessive sentence. This is hers. Hers in Japanese is 彼女のもの. So the sentence will be これは彼女のものです。これは彼女のものです。It. Next one is it. It in Japanese is それ. それ. As you can see from the chart, we could see there's no possessive in it. So all you have to remember is subject, it, object, it, and adjective, it. And all you got to do is just add wa, no, wo. So if it's it, it'll be それは. If it's it, it'll be それの. If it's it but is an adjective, it will be それを. Let's look at it in the example. It is an apple. In this case, it refers as in subject. So it'll be それはリンゴです。それはリンゴです。Lingo means apple. The next one is its color is red. It is object, so it'll be それの。それの色は赤いです。それの色は赤いです。色 in English is color, and 赤 means red. The last one is for the adjective sentence, which is show it to me. In this case, it is adjective, so you would say それを見せてください。それを見せてください。See, the girl is like also pointing the apple and be like それ. So you would say それ because that is adjective. Okay. The next one is they. They, since you don't know their pronouns, it might be girls, it might be boys, it might be combined. So there's 3 ways to say they in Japanese. We say 彼ら、彼女ら、それら。彼ら、彼女ら、それら。But in this example, I am going to use 彼ら because that is the most common way to use it, they. So same thing as the everything. All you have to do is add the wa, no, wo, no mono. So it'll be, if it's they in subject, it would be 彼らは. There, as an object, it'll be 彼らの. Them, as an adjective, it will be 彼らを. And theirs, as in possessive, it will be 彼らのもの. The first example, it says, they are a student. So, from the previous patterns, they would be the subject. So, in Japanese, we say 彼らは学生です。彼らは学生です。The next one says their books. This one is object sentence, so it'll be 彼らの本です。彼らの本です。The third one says I saw them. Them is an adjective, so the sentence is going to be 私は彼らを見ました。私は彼らを見ました。The next one, which is last, says this is theirs. Theirs in Japanese was 彼らのもの because it's possessive. So the sentence would be like 彼らはこれは彼らのものです。これは彼らのものです。So that was a lot. We've covered starting from I, we went I, we, he, her, she, her, excuse me. Let's go back and check the chart. We went through I, we, you, he, she, it, they. And the next chapter is going to be about Demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun are the things that are listed right here. We're going to talk about this, these, that, those, that over there, or those over there, and lastly, which. So, where's that points in Japanese? これ、それ、あれ means this, that, that over there. As you can see from the picture, this speaker, if the speaker is holding an apple or like an object that she wants to explain, you would use これ because the thing is near the speaker. And if the thing is near the listener, you would use それ, which means that. And if the object is farther away from both speaker and listener, in English you would say that one over there. And that over there in Japanese is あれ、これ、それ、あれ. This, that, that over there. Okay, let's see by using examples. So, first one, we're going to talk about これ. So, the speaker is holding an apple, so we got to use これ. これはリンゴです. Ringo means apple. In English, it will be this is an apple. It uses this, so you have to use これは. The next one is それ, meaning that. As I mentioned, if you're using that, the object should be closer to the listener. So, based on this picture, the sentence would be それはリンゴです. それはリンゴです. Which means that is an apple. The last one is あれ. あれ means that over there. So, as you can tell from the picture, both speaker and listener are farther away from the object. And if you try to make this as a sentence, it'll be あれはリンゴです. あれはリンゴです. I'm sorry there's a typo right here, but it will be あれは. And in English, it'll be that one over there is an apple. Okay, now we talked about あれ、これ、それ. The last one is going to be どれ, which means which. As you can see from the character, this woman is raising her shoulder and doing like the where is this motion. So I hope this helps. But this woman is trying to look for an apple. So she says, which one is an apple? So which means どれ. So in Japanese we would say どれがリンゴですか?どれがリンゴですか? Okay, let's practice the things that we learned. So, this one's the speaker, this one's the listener, and both of them are farther away from the car, so you would use あれ. So, that is a car would be あれは車です. あれは車です. I'm sorry, there's also a typo, but this should be あれは. Okay, now the speaker is holding an object and the listener is having a little distance compared to the speaker from the camera. So it would be これ. In English, you would say this is a camera. In Japanese, it would be これはカメラです. これはカメラです. Okay, now there's so many stuff in here. So if you're looking stuff, you would say どれ. So the example says, which one is a clock? And if you would say that in Japanese, it will be どれが時計ですか?どれが時計ですか?どれが means which. Okay, now the speaker is not holding a stuff, but the listener is holding it. And we could tell that this is a key. So you would use それ. That is a key. In English, if you would switch that is a key into Japanese, it'll be それは鍵です. それは鍵です. So that was all for today, and thank you for your participation. And I'm sorry that there were a couple typos in the slides, and I would double check from now on. And yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. But if you have any question about today's video, feel free to reach out to me and ask any question. Bye, have a good day.